He defleshed him, acidified the flesh and skull, and kept the skull.
He had killed more than a dozen people and eaten some of them. His Milwaukee apartment that was literally a house of horror.
I deserve certainly the most extreme punishment society has, and I think society deserves to be protected from me and from others like me.
Homicide. Van Houten claims she originally...
Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
I am a bunny. A bunny. I am the bunny. Doing
Did you
the bunny dip.
I don't really think she had to like claim that she was a bunny. Like it's like a pumpkin walking on screen and being like, I'm not a taper player. I'm a pumpkin. Like
welcome everybody. We are happy to be back, chilling and killing. They're all of us tonight, so that is super exciting. I'm happy to be back. I know you guys are so happy to have me back.
we are so happy.
Thank you.
Super thrilled. I miss this so much, and
I know
I'm wearing my. Well, maybe I shouldn't say Hugh Hefner because maybe it's obvious. My velvet robe.
Ooh, where's your glass?
Right here.
And Sarah is wearing Sarah.
I am.
We're gonna get her on board, everybody. She'll be themed in.
Everything is just a hot mess. So I'm not even in my correct area. I'm not in my office. I'm sitting on a couch on 2 fluffy pillows to make myself taller. Like that's what's happening right now.
That's why it works. That's why we work well.
No, what you don't know is Gigi is modeling the outfit of the 24th Playmate that showed up at these Golden Gates and walked inside just as a normal girl off the street. And Hugh Hefner said, come into my...
It's like the steps. There you go.
Yeah.
I do the bunny dip.
Bunny dip? Oh my God.
Tonight we are drinking.
Happening?
I am not mixing drinks tonight, everybody. Let me pull up the comments, everybody. And make sure we got that going. Let's see. And everybody make sure you accept StreamYard into your life so we can see the comments. You know what I mean? So let me just fix all that. Yay. All right. So yeah, I'm excited to be back. I'm not mixing a drink tonight because I'm just not, guys. I ended up just getting wine. So no watching my mix skills tonight, but the wine I have is a very expensive $10.99. I know, right? I always get good wines at cheap. It is Envy. So this wine, because of the night that we're having, I bet a lot of people are very envy of a lot of people. So that's my drink of choice for the night. How about you, ladies?
Didn't you mean that the theme of tonight is cheap? Get it?
Oh, okay.
See what you did
I
there.
like that.
Saying. We're just all drinking.
Well, everybody grab your drinks.
Okay, so I am having Jack and Coke because I researched that was Mr. Hugh Hefner's favorite drink. So that is what I am enjoying tonight.
Nice.
Go ahead.
I am having the Gigi. It is Hawaiian Punch and vodka because I did not stop to get wine.
I love it.
The Gigi. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, we put so much into the outfits. I couldn't even do it.
I know, right?
Yeah, sorry guys. We put so much effort into the outfits. We just have to drink, Hawaiian
Punch. It's delicious and it's affordable. So
I like affordable drinks. Like I'm all about it.
Me too.
Let me. What am I doing? I'm like moving all around this thing. Like, sorry everybody. Let's give me a second.
Okay. Listen, we've had a couple months off. It's been,
I gotta get used to everything again. You know what I mean? Like I'm running the studio here, everybody. So
yes.
I'm trying
it
to
feels
not.
good.
Yeah, I'm trying not to have like
me.
a wardrobe malfunction while I'm running the studio. So and
it's a good way to
wine.
get views.
So in other words, she's dressed as a bunny and she's using her hands to operate. So.
We'll do the bunny dip on every picture I gotta put up.
Yeah.
Boop. This person.
Yep.
All right, everybody. So we'll dive into it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that surrounds this whole topic. So yeah, we have a lot of stories. We might not get through them all, but we're gonna do the best we can.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna start with our first one, and it is Christina Kraft. So we're gonna head this over to Gigi, let her finish up her fruit punch, and we'll get moving.
Delicious. All right. Do we have a picture?
Yeah, we can start. Give me just a second.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Let's see. We'll start with that. There we go. That's
First
Christina.
of all, isn't she beautiful? I think she's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
All the pictures that I've seen doing the research or whatever. So Christina Carlin Kraft, she was born November 11th in 83. So young. I was going to say young because I was born in 82. She was just a baby.
Yeah.
Now she was 36 when she was murdered. She was, this is funny. Not funny. Nothing about this is funny. I don't know.
I always put that out there. It's like we don't, the jokes we make and everything, nobody take this. This is just, we have a weird sense of humor. We're not ever making fun of the victims.
No.
We will make fun of the criminals a lot, but just, I'm going to give that disclaimer. There we go. Rock and roll.
I didn't do my discllaimer tonight.
I had to throw it in. I got it.
You just call out Gigi the fact that she's like, she was murdered when she was 20. Okay, this is so funny. I'm like, bridge that gap. Like, it's amazing.
I was like right away, like, shit, forgot the disclaimer.
Well, because, okay, so I put this together because I have cheesy jokes too. So she was a small town girl. And then, of course,
living in a lonely world.
Yes, born in South Detroit, but she was actually from Jersey, so not nearly as cool as like Detroit, right?
Okay.
Just
I mean, I scream it in the song.
Me too.
She wanted to be a model like pretty much her whole life. So of course she worked super hard. So she appeared in Vanity, Maxim, Victoria's Secret, and of course Playboy. Now, this is, once I got into it, like, I literally have 10 pages of notes. My first page is like the bullet points or what have you. Just because, like, she was known as just being very kind, loved animals, family, like, that was her. So, like, but the guy that murdered her, Jonathan Wesley Harris, he was 31. He was like, yeah, I didn't mean to kill her. I was high and I strangled her because we were fighting because she wasn't going to pay me for these drugs that she'd taken. Well, even in the autopsy, I just jumped totally way far, sorry. But even in the autopsy, like she had alcohol in her system, but no drugs. And her long time, like forever fiance was like, she doesn't do drugs. But that was his defense, was she wasn't going to pay me for the drugs, and we got in this violent debacle, and I killed her. I didn't mean to. And then the defense attorney's all like, he was high out of his mind. Like,
you got to have some kind of defense. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What are you going to go with?
How can you be a lawyer for somebody like that? And like, that's your defense. Like,
because you got nothing else. You're like, roll the dice. He has dice that says like possession, high. My mother made me do it. Like, what are we going to get?
The voice is in my head.
He's high.
It's that's what got me. What was the whole the hearing with it? Because in Montgomery County, Harris allegedly told authorities he and Christina broke out at a brutal fight, like I just said. His attorneys in his defense said he was high out of his mind on ketamine, but only when he strangled her. Like, I know I have this going all over the freaking place. I'm like all of a sudden nervous. But I couldn't back
Do you
out.
see I am dressed as a bunny? What is it to be nervous? This is fun.
So
you haven't ever seen one of Heather's stories, which goes, so, she was murdered, and okay, there was a car, back up. She dated this guy.
And then, and then all my sound effects that go into it. So you were...
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
You're fine.
We're perfect.
Okay. It's all starting to come back to me now. I just needed more Hawaiian punch. So I'm trying not to like just read it off and be like da 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 because that's just silly. I do have a clip.
So he ends up strangling her in her what? Where did he strangle her?
In an apartment. So what had happened was her longtime fiance was like, oh, I haven't heard from her, blah blah blah. So then he gets a hold of the police and then it's all like, I need you to do a welfare check, blah blah. And then they found her under a blanket, strangled, brutally beaten, everything else. Like, just how like world shattering for him.
Well, everybody. I mean, but it comes into that thing like, I don't know, it's just the tragedy with so many bunny cases. It's like I think people get so obsessed with them that it just becomes this obsession that.
Yes.
How do you end an obsession? A lot of people, I guess, murder. Like.
Yeah, murder.
And here's why we're here.
I love murder.
Not happening to me. Like
I just want to talk about it. I don't want to live through it.
I know. I'd be like, oh my God, you're murdering me. Man, I hope someone covers this in a podcast. Dressed as a bunny.
You guys will probably eventually end up like covering my case on a podcast if my work keeps going the way that it is. Anyway.
Oh my God. Okay, but this was one of the reasons that we love this topic so much because we were thinking about it where some people call, these Playboy bunnies models. Some people call them celebrities, but we kind of thought, are they, for whatever reason, good, bad, or indifferent, being viewed as objects where someone just thinks they're not even really looked at as people sometimes. Just objects. So
most models.
Is that one of the reasons there are so many, murders and crimes and everything? Because people are almost looking at them like an item that, well, I don't want it anymore, or it doesn't work anymore, so I'm just going to throw it out.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, if you watch that documentary that they just had, that Secrets of Playboy, have you guys watched that yet? Oh man, if you haven't, anybody out there, very interesting, very like.
I tried. Didn't I contact one of you guys?
Probably. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff.
We talk about a lot of stuff.
But it's on like Peacock, I think, or something like that. But it's like really interesting. And the stories in there are just, it's so tragic. And just, I mean, grimy stuff took place there. You know what I mean? But just the intent where they're like, well, we want women to own their sexuality. We want women to feel comfortable with that. And that was kind of their premise of what they were doing over there. And it was almost like the opposite where, we're going to feed you this pipe dream, but then we're going to, you're going to be what we want you to be, where we'll use you as your
Hollywood.
Our toy, or you know what I mean? And that's where it ends up actually being instead of this empowerment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, only for the cameras is it empowerment, but there's always the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
I'm going to say, so jumping back, so the authorities, when they found her in the apartment on the floor, her nose was broken, her eyes were black, where she was brutally beaten and punched. An autopsy revealed that she had died from strangulation. I just felt the need to put that out there.
Lovely.
There's so much in this, and like I said, I don't.
So what did he get for time for this?
It was very recent too. I'm trying not to go backwards in my noses. That's where I get. So I had that written.
And sometimes that's the hard thing when you do like these shows on like multiple people or multiple topics.
Yes.
Because this always happened to Heather and I would send her like 30 pages and she'd be like, are you joking? You rewrote the book, or she would do the same thing. And I'm like, we have to pick like the high points and
that's the thing with the true crime, because it's not like we're making this up or our opinion, because it's just facts. So
there's facts.
It's factual out there. It's out there 286 times already.
Exactly.
And what happens, Heather? You go down a
rabbit hole.
Zing.
Hop, hop.
Take a drink to that.
I'm tired. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So his case is still pending, or
no. I'm trying to.
You got to finish pouring my wine.
Okay, so this guy was in their life for a while. he actually tried to slander her and said that during their 14-year relationship that she had never used drugs, but this guy, I'm gonna say, the couple knew him.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he wasn't like romantically involved with her.
No, it came down like he was a drug dealer, but he tried to say that she was too. However, she didn't have any drugs in her system.
Well, you know what? People are gonna say what they're gonna say. I won't make no allegations of that. You know what
Right.
I mean? But it's like
he easily could have broken there and wanted money.
Yeah.
And
you see that a lot. You know what I mean?
So the judge added an additional 22 and a half to 45 years consecutive time for other charges, including kidnapping and strangulation. So we're just going to say he's never getting out.
Good.
Okay. That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. Good. Well, you know, that's a sad case. She's a beautiful girl. Let's take another picture. Very sad. Another tragedy of the Playboy whole persona. So we will jump ahead and move on, and because I got to keep the show going, because
if you watch the research more on this case, please do, because there is so much more to the viewers, listeners, what have you. There is so much more to this case that like goes down in the rabbit hole.
Down in the rabbit hole.
Next, we are going to switch gears over to Kirsten, and she is going to talk about this beautiful woman. Go ahead. Jasmine.
I think I need to look at her for like another minute. I
know she's beautiful.
Seriously.
Beautiful. Now she worked for Playboy, right? She wasn't actually in Playboy, Jasmine?
She was not a Playboy bunny, right? So she worked for Playboy for about a year, but never actually became a playmate. She just did events, you know, entertainment, stuff like that. And like I said, just really for about a year. So I'll skip ahead sort of to the end first.
Okay.
So it's in August 2009. Her name was Jasmine Fiore. She was found in luggage. That's how I'm going to just start this story. She was found beaten. Yeah. So this is a really tough picture to see, but inside the glass window, that is luggage that's open. You can kind of see the flaps. And that is a rough silhouette of her inside the luggage. She was found beaten, strangled, mutilated, and stuffed inside a suitcase. And the theory is that her murderer mutilated her to try to prevent them from identifying her. So the luggage was completely blood-soaked when she was found. So it was pretty obvious, actually, and dumped in a trash bin in a California alleyway. So aside from the mutilation, her fingers were all removed. Her teeth were removed. Again, this was all, you know, in hopes that they would not be able to identify her. But she actually was ID'd from the serial numbers on her breast implants. So that's how they found out who she was. So she was married at the time of her murder, and the person that killed her was her husband, Ryan Jenkins. Thank you. So he was charged with murder, and they put a warrant out for his arrest, but he fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, killed himself. So
in that hotel.
Look at him.
Yeah.
In that
hotel. So he killed himself in a Canadian motel room. Left a suicide note, hung himself at 32. So I had to actually look into this because I wasn't very familiar with this, but I think you guys were.
I was, because I actually was watching. I loved this girl, Megan, right here in the purple. She was on Rock of Love, and then she got her own show, Megan Marries a Millionaire. Okay. So I was watching this show, and that's how I, you know, and they only made like 3 episodes, and this all started breaking, and they had to cancel the show. Yeah. So that's how I watched the whole show, and I was like, what the hell?
So Ryan, like she said, so Ryan Jenkins was best known for the VH1 reality show. So he was actually on I Love Money and Megan Wants a Millionaire. So that's that show.
This one.
And the producers of these shows, I mean, in hindsight, but did come forward after Jasmine's murder and say that he was extremely jealous. You know, whenever he was on the phone with her, it was all rage and jealousy. He would get jealous over every single thing. And they also said that they never got really a great feeling from him. And obviously, you're not going to be able to identify that as, oh, I think in a couple months, this guy's going to kill somebody. But they said he was extremely charming, you know, very easy to talk with, you know, just basically.
Those are the ones you have to watch out for.
Narcissists.
Honest girls. Like,
and I think people are a lot better at identifying these people than they give themselves credit for. We all are. We all know, because we're just called dramatic, or where you can stand in a conversation with someone. And I've walked away before after just 2 minutes and said, I don't like that person. But everybody else will say, what do you mean? They were absolutely lovely. And I'll say, I just don't get a good
absolutely lovely. Lovely.
Yes, absolutely lovely. But anyway, they all said that they just really had a bad feeling from him, and it didn't surprise me very much when this happened. So anyway, they are in San Diego about 2 days before she's found. She's with Ryan Jenkins. They were supposed to attend a poker tournament.
Nice.
This is where they're staying.
Yeah, so they're in San Diego. Then they go to a charity fundraiser. And then, so the last video that they get is, it says surveillance video. It captured the both of them leaving a Hilton about 2:30 a.m. on August 14th, the day before she was found. Later, they were seen at the Ivy Hotel, a nightclub in downtown San Diego. So still in San Diego. And then around 4:30 a.m., Ryan Jenkins returns to the hotel in Del Mar, San Diego, alone, without her. So she was never seen alive again after that. And her body's discovered the next day on August 15th, about 7 a.m. in a alleyway in California. So they had a very, I don't know, rough relationship. I guess I'll just say rough. The jealousy came out. They literally married after knowing each other for about 2 days. It was very quick. But anytime, you know, she had contact with an ex or was talking to a guy, or her schedule would go a little bit beyond when he was filming and she was, you know, entertaining, he was known as being extremely violent. She was fearful of him at times. And again, I mean, you don't know that something like this is going to happen, but you do wonder, because that's a pretty brutal, like, we all know that we ask ourselves on this show, would I be capable of killing someone? And we all ask ourselves that through situations in life. At least I think we do. Maybe I'm just off my rocker, but you know,
Kirsten does every day. Am I capable?
Right now is like, no.
We don't actually think that. But we were like,
think that. Like, exactly.
We have a little book. Can I do it?
But even in my scenarios where I'm like, I absolutely would be able to take someone out, I would never be able to just pull teeth, chop fingers, you know, rip off toes. Like, I don't.
The gruesome part of it. Yes.
I mean, I can't say much because I'm almost out of Facebook jail, so I'm going to try to be quiet.
Yeah, you just stop. Be good. Like, she's almost out of jail. For the love of God, just stop.
Drink my wine and not say what my little book says.
Yeah. But
some days I'm a lot more capable than others. I'll say that.
I think it depends. It would never be a relationship situation. Like, there's nothing that can make me that mad in a like I've been through. I mean, we've all kind of been through our ringers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it isn't, unless somebody like hurt my cubs or something, like my children. You know what I mean? That I could be capable in my mind of something of that extreme. You know what I mean? Like, then you mess with my children.
I have to watch what I say. I'm going to end up in jail. You guys are going to have to turn
this
my
into
alibi.
Like an X. This turns into an X instead of bunny ears. Don't mess with my guys.
Your hair.
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, as for relationship, I mean, move on. Like, you know what I mean? That, yeah, you're sad or whatever. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but I mean, come on. You're going to find somebody else. It just isn't worth it at the end of the day. But, you know,
really not.
you see a lot of these crimes are relationship based, and it's like, why?
His theory was probably like, if I can't have her, then no one can. Like,
100%.
And, you know, it's
sad.
hard in these situations because
it's an ego thing too. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do this to me.
Absolutely.
Well, and the good thing though about what we're talking about on this show, we're not only really talking about Playboy bunnies that become victims or become murdered. There's a lot of tragedy involving Playboy bunnies where they go off the deep end and actually commit a crime or, you know, do something. Exactly. And
we got a case.
Don't worry. I'm not telling your story. We're good.
It's not much to it, but
that one's next.
But that makes me wonder, like, because people have said, like, you know, this is not necessarily my opinion, queen of controversy, but being in that position for months, years, long periods of time where you are this object of constant attention, you're held to these standards, you are, as some people say, used to a certain extent, or, you know, you have these, does it lower your self-esteem or does it make your mental status, you know, I mean, what does it do to your mental health, basically? You know,
I think it kind of stems on, like, you see that with like the child stars. They're put up on this pedestal and then they're dropped. And then you see a lot of suicides, drug abuse when it comes to those child stars. And I think it could run in that same aspect as what you're trying, you know, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is they're put up, you know, does it, you know what I mean? The outcome of that.
I mean, it makes you wonder because it's not really a testament to people's strength, because I would never, you know, insult all these ladies by saying that they're, you know, weak or not.
No, so okay, let's all go back into our early 20s.
Yeah.
How impressionable were we in our early 20s? And we wanted to impress our friends and go out and, you know, partied more than we should have, you know.
Well, no, but what I was
I
really
say that to like my 30s.
But
so they're not
25.
Like,
you're right.
Being able to say, okay, I'm in a bad situation here, I need to get out. Like we were talking about earlier, they were promised all these things.
Yeah.
Idolized. What? You have to do this, you know. So they just kind of follow suit. But I could imagine that just like taking parts of you year after year, time after time. Like,
well, and here's where I have to play devil's advocate. They were promised all these things. Were they not given these things? I think so. I think they were given a lot of these things and basically proposed in return, here's what I expect of you. And they agreed, fully knowing the terms and saying
that. I'm with you on that.
I know.
I get there with you with that, because it's like, and I'm going on the controversy side, and we're you know, on the show we go left, right. Me and Kirsten agree on a lot of stuff with this kind of stuff, and I know Sarah's with us with it on a lot of stuff too. But when it comes to, and I'm sorry, but like you get these suits of these women that, you know, come forward and say, you know, he, you know, told me I had to do this in order to get the job. Well, I worked 6 months, and it's like, okay, but you accepted the job, you did it. Like, I feel bad for the women that want to do if they like, I want this job, and they say, well, you have to do this, and she's like, to hell with you. That's who I feel bad for, not the people. It's like, and then I did it. It's like, you had the choice.
Fired me 6 months later. Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything to anybody out there. Like I said, it's just my opinion. I don't know people's situations. I don't know. We've all been there where, I mean, I'm of the ripe age of 45. Trust me when I tell you I've been through my own sexual harassment shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was a different day back in the day when we used to work. You know what I mean? Yes. So we've all, you know, in any kind of job, sometimes have been subject to that. And it's where you stand your ground. And like you said, what you know, like, I know if I keep going forward to this, what is going to happen to me? I need to back away. You know what I mean? But when you're living the lifestyle and you have all this money and you have unlimited credit cards and all this other stuff, where does anybody draw the line? I don't know. I've never been
right. But what happens, like, if they were like, I want it out, and they're like, you are cut off, like you're blacklisted in Hollywood, like you don't have.
And back then, what would you do? I've never been in that situation to know what somebody would do. So, but at the time when they're all coming out now, I don't know. I'm very torn.
I don't really think that's any different than us always having to have a backup plan for ourselves as adults and responsible people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? They kind of went somewhere, and I'm not saying, again, when I speak, I don't say 100% of the time. I'm sure there was exceptions, but basically these women know what this mansion is about. They know the stuff that they're going to need to do. They know what it is. And I want to be clear that the people that worked for Playboy and kind of just did events and entertainment and stuff like that were not his girlfriends and we're not expected to do this stuff. But when you go in as one of these people that you're going to become, close to him or one of his girlfriends, or whatever, he basically says to you, okay, you're going to move in my house. You're going to pay nothing. I'm going to let you have all the pets you want. I'm going to buy you 5 cars a month. You're going to be able to drink all you want, model, plastic surgery, parties, celebrities. There was a curfew. I would love it if someone gave me a curfew right now and said, your ass has to be in bed by 9 o'clock. I'd be like, yeah. But anyway, and then he says, guess what? By the way, guys, I'm 80 something. You're going to be intimate with me because if you're living in my home and we're sharing a relationship, I'm going to expect some chicka. So do you agree to this? And they go, yes, I agree to this. Then they move in and
shit gets a little weird.
Then they move in and then years later they go, I was a victim. Well, I'm not woman hating. I'm just saying, were you really a victim? Like,
it's called, we're being devil's advocates here. I have sons, so I have to look at it from, I've always, as a mother, like I teach my sons right, but I also say like you have to be very careful when it comes to certain things because men. But I'm not saying what they did was right. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not. It's awful. But like you said, you're coming on there. You're kind of understanding the terms, especially like when you have like these. Like if you watch this documentary, like horrible things happen there, and I feel bad for a lot of these people that did run from it. But like the den mother, and they turn their heads and they're like, yeah, I can't believe. And then this happened. But you stayed 12 years at this job watching this happen to these girls, and you want me to feel bad for you? You know what I mean? You didn't say anything. You didn't speak up. You didn't do anything of the sort. Me and my moral compass, I couldn't sit there and watch women be abused and all this stuff happen and me be like, just sitting there like, can I get you a biscuit? Like, no, I have to, I couldn't live with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in I think women should feel sexual if they want to feel sexual. I'm all about that. I can wear what I want. I can do what I want. I feel that in my soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, when they say, well, if you're going to dress like that, be prepared to be grabbed, be prepared. And I'm big on like, no, I can walk down the street any way I want and you better not touch me. Exactly. But I also have the way of, I know to protect myself. And I know if I do walk down the street, if I'm wearing something, let's say I walk down the street like this right now, I better be prepared to handle myself when somebody does, because the world looks differently at that kind of stuff. They don't see it that way. So it's a big catch-22 with this whole situation, It
really is.
Well, before I wrap up my story, I have 2 cool, I don't know. Again, I did a GG. Not cool. This is terrible. We're gonna call it that. I GG'd the situation. I have 2 statistics that are horrible, ladies and gentlemen, but I would like to read them off anyway. So because I found this interesting. So 47 to 50,000 women per year are killed by their intimate partners. And this next statistic, there was literally 19 pages to support this number, but I just took the final number for you. So the average American, so you as a person, you meet about 717,225 people in your lives, new people. You'll meet that many people, of which 10 to 11 of them are highly likely to be unapprehended murderers or serial killers. So we all meet 10 to 11 possible killers in our life. I'm probably met about 4 already. So,
I don't know. I work remote, so I don't go out often. No, I believe that. Plus, you think about how many people in their mind potentially could. You know what I mean? But don't. Like they say that, like how many people could be, but they just suppress it in other ways. You know what I mean?
Never.
Well,
wait, what'd you just say?
How many people could be psychopaths? Like, how many psychopaths are you actually meeting in a day? You know what I mean? Like, that could actually do that, but they find other ways to tune that behavior out. Yes. I'm a wino. That's why. Thank God for wine.
It's saving lives.
Sometimes
one drink at a time.
Like, I create these weird little scenarios in my head. Like, I'll reach for like a box of Cheerios at a grocery store, and then some guy will reach at the same time and we'll be like, oh, that's so funny. But then I'll get like a weird look from him and I'll go, he's probably buying those Cheerios to bring home to his like victims in his basement.
Basement?
Like we all do. Like
Or
I
out in the
literally will
cash
be like,
shed.
he's gonna go feed that to like someone in chains in his basement. Like I don't think people think like we do. I mean, I don't think they do.
Like driving out country roads and stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, is anybody? I wonder if there's somebody out in that barn, or I wonder if they have anybody in their basement because there's not a neighbor for 28 miles.
That's why we have this show, because there's other people like us, I feel, out there that also feel the way we do, and bug around. Like, what is that? What the hell?
People feel like we do.
Yeah, a little bug. Sorry.
But
sorry, did you see that flying by? Like, sorry. Anyway,
I think I just created. Did I just lead you into your next story there?
Yes, I'm going to bring up. So I'm going to switch gears.
Okay, do it.
Everybody, this is where we just have fun. We do the best we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go over and head this back to Gigi, and she is going to talk about Kelsey Turner.
Oh shoot!
Are we not ready? We're not ready for that one?
Oh shoot! I
thought we lined you up. We can
Kelsey
go back.
was the murderer. I thought we were gonna hit her last. I was going to Stephanie Adams.
Kelsey was the murderer.
We can go to Stephanie. We'll come back to that one. Who's in the wire in the like my little jail cell? The Playboy bunny that made the jail cell.
Yeah.
But we can go back.
I'm sorry. No, we can. I mean,
no. Let's go to Stephanie. I'm ready.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have. I got to keep this show on the. Look at me. I'm like a.
Yeah. Come on.
Do. Here we go. Here we go.
God, she's so beautiful.
She is. This is such a tragic story.
Bothers me a lot.
It is very bothersome.
Anything to do with children is very, very bothersome.
This whole story. Go ahead, hit it.
No, it's fine.
Well, she, it's just very sad. I just found out about this one just recently, and I was just like heartbroken about it.
I know, you're like, what?
Yeah, and then when I see it, I'm like, I literally like went down this rabbit hole by myself and was like so sad about it. So go ahead.
So Stephanie Adams, she was born July 24th, 1970. She had passed away May 18th, 2018 with her son. Excuse me, sorry. He was 7 at the time. It's in here in my notes, but besides being a model for Playboy, she was also an author, which was kind of a cool thing. She was Playmate of the Month, November in 1992. So she was a Playmate, like a full-on. So May 18th, 2018, Adams killed herself and her 7-year-old son in a murder-suicide, according to New York City Police Department. She pushed her son out of a 25th story balcony before jumping herself. Now, with that, digging in more, they said that the son actually died of being bludgeoned in the head.
Well, if you hit the ground, wouldn't it?
No, but so like this was like pre-mortem.
Oh, okay.
So he was already dead when he was tossed.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
And
so
that was from the. Oh my God!
See, this story sits wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I mean to yell that.
This was her last Instagram post. This is why this really kind of sits a little weird with me. So everybody take a moment.
Oh my God.
Nope.
So it makes me wonder, you know what I mean? Was she actually capable of doing that? Or was something else going on? I mean, obviously we're not going to know. It's a closed case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? To be like, but they say a lot of times like suicides, you don't see them coming. I've had, I've lost a lot of people to suicide. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you don't. They're perfectly fine, and then something happens. But I don't know. I mean, this case. What do you feel, Kirsten?
Are you saying maybe she was pushed? Is that what you're saying? That maybe.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think maybe it was either I'm going to push you or you can jump.
I don't know though. You know what I mean? I mean, they were in a nasty custody money suit battle. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff kind of raises these red flags if it's like if it happens during all of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
people's mental state, you never know. So I'm not going to pin nothing on nobody, but it just sits weird with me. Maybe I don't want to ever think a mother or anybody could do that to their child. Father, mother, I don't know. It's really this one's hurt. This one's
Yeah,
hard.
I have to question her mental state, period. And the reason I say that is because I think most people, again, not all, some people are not right, but most mothers, let's say you are a normal mother who loves their child. If you're on a roof holding your kid and someone says, well, you guys jump or I kill you, or something to that effect, most people, I think, are going to go, I'm not jumping. I'll fight you till my last moment. I will try to save my child's life. I will fight you. She would have had defensive wounds.
Right.
There would have been
Okay.
something like I'm just saying, like, if I think of the person that I love the most in the world, I don't care if I have to go down fighting where it's the worst death of my life. I am not going to just go, okay, and jump. Like, that's never going to happen. So at some basis of this, I have to question her.
No, I mean, I understand. Like,
health. I don't know,
because I remember one time I was in the car with my son and my oldest son, and I was driving and somebody almost tried to like carjack us. You know what I mean? Like we were driving and they were grabbing at and I literally almost ran over a million people because all I kept thinking was I got to protect my son. If they yank me out of this car, I'm not gonna get him out of the car seat.
Right.
And I literally probably almost like everybody on like I didn't care. You know what I mean? At that moment, it was like you go into like I have to protect my child. No, I don't care what costs, who it costs, whatever. I have to save my child. You know what I mean?
So let me throw this out here, possibly because I didn't really know about the bludgeoning, but let's say this: someone hurts her child, bludgeons him, kills him. He's never going to be the same. So she decides she doesn't want to live anymore because her child is dead in her arms. So she takes her son and jumps off the roof.
There's so many different.
I know.
I think a lot of us just don't want to think that someone would do something so horrible.
Yes,
you know what a horrible. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like
I know
that is just tragic. Like I can't even look out of a window that high. Like that is like so freaking scary. And I never understand. Like we talked about like children. Like you see a lot of these like, and then they killed all the kids, and then them like. If you want to kill yourself, I'm sorry, that's sad. But leave the kids out of let them have a chance. You know what I mean? Like you see so much of that, and it's like, I don't know. It's just so sad. It's so sad, and it's sad for that little boy, and it's sad for the whole story is super sad. And
so okay, I got this. It says on the evening of May 17, 2018, Adams checked into the 25th floor penthouse in the Gotham Hotel on 46th Street in Manhattan with her 7-year-old son, Vincent. The next morning, both were found dead on a second-floor balcony in the hotel's rear courtyard. According to law enforcement officials, Adams and her husband were involved in a custody battle, and hours before checking into the hotel, Adams told the New York Post that her husband and his lawyer were preventing her from taking the son on vacation.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll never know.
So open in there.
And that's when you have a suicide situation, you'll never get closure.
No,
there's never closure. You'll never know. You'll speculate and everything like that, but you're never going to have those clear-cut answers.
No, right.
So that's sad. Rest in peace to them. Very, 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 very tragic.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to switch gears.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
One more paragraph. Although Chief of Manhattan Detectives William Aubrey told reporters at a press conference on Friday that their deaths were being investigated, a medical examiner closed the investigation on Monday and ruled the boy's death a homicide due to multiple blunt impact injuries to the head, neck, torso, and extremities. I want to say Adams' death ruled a suicide. Adams, that wasn't his name.
Well, their last name was Adams.
Oh my God.
So,
Duh. So Adams' death ruled as suicide was also caused by multiple blunt impact injuries. But clearly I did not get my source of where I got the medical examiner said that he was. I thought I had it in here. That's why I got all excited about that one.
you're
Okay.
But okay, yeah. So go ahead.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about Kelsey Turner next. So Kelsey Turner is the playmate who turned murderer. So we're gonna talk about her, and this is the one we have. We only have her that so far that we were able to find that actually became a murderer. Not
Look at those eyes.
Yeah,
Murderer.
see it all day. All
Look at
day.
those eyes.
So we have Kelsey, and let me go ahead and. So she and her boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
So we'll say these two fun times. They went ahead.
Really? Look at him.
But they also had this other person was involved too. So they had this whole little murder invested, whole thing going on with this trio who went ahead and killed.
Yes.
The sweet little guy. What was he like? Her psychiatrist or something?
Yes, Thomas Butchered.
Oh, he's so cute.
She was said to have a relationship with him.
Really?
Yeah, he was actually a child psychologist.
His name's Butchered. Ugh.
Yeah.
How did he die? Don't say it was butchered. You know I was gonna say it.
Oh my God.
Sorry, dark humor.
Oh wow.
Listen, that's not how we do things here. Let's get the
was her
80s
sugar
letters
daddy.
that says butchered.
It just sucks to have that kind of name. I knew a dentist named Dr. Stab'em, I swear. I swear.
That's great.
Yeah.
He was her sugar daddy.
So what happened? He ran out of sugar? Like
She needed a sugar daddy even though she was a Playboy, but what?
Well, obviously she got off the rails. I mean,
yeah, you always need more sugar.
Say yes, he paid her bills.
And he probably got sick of it and was like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're washed
The
up.
relationship took a turn when police say
things up.
Butchered traveled here to Las Vegas in March of 2019 to tell the former playmate that he would no longer pay for her lifestyle.
Whoa, there it is. That's it.
And investigators alleged Butchered and Turner got into an argument that escalated into murder. Turner and her boyfriend are accused of beating the psychiatrist to death with a baseball bat and stuffing his body into the trunk of Turner's Mercedes. Her car was found a few days later on a desert road outside of Las Vegas.
Registered to her. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at that for a minute. Like, this is what I'm talking about. We will make fun of criminals. Like, I mean, come on. You could do better. Let me just stuff you in a car register myself and be like, I don't know what happened.
At least rent the car under somebody's name.
And then the paperwork just leads, it's her psychiatrist. I mean, come on, you're gonna get caught. Just do it and call and say, you know what? I did some shit. You know what I mean? Like, let me just
my bad.
Turn myself in. The devil made me do it. You know what I mean? Like, roll your dice with your defense and see what it comes up with. You know what I mean? But like,
don't get me started on the devil made me do it. That's a whole nother show.
Oh, girl.
I love that.
So is she sentenced to life? What was the sentencing?
You're gonna ask that.
I know. I'm a tough cookie over
she
here.
Goes, I knew it. I knew it.
Damn it, Heather. I knew you were gonna come with that.
So the boyfriend, he changed his plea to guilty because he did plead not guilty. So they were all like, the two of them were in it together. Sorry,
No, you're fine. I'm gonna go squirrel for a minute. So I was watching I've been watching this show called like Crimes Caught on Camera or something. I survived a crime. Okay. And there's these horrible crimes that people are committing. And at the end, they give the sentences. And I swear to God, it's like this person, armed robbery, time served 12 days. I'm like, like the sentences are yes, it's like so crazy. And I'm
So
like,
where was this?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
The show is on Netflix, I think, but it's called I Survived a Crime. And like I got more jail time from Facebook than people get doing crimes, like serious crimes. And I'm like, dude, I literally just posted a meme and like yeah, I get more time than they do. Like, what's up with that? So check that show out. I just sidebarred for a second. They actually show the crimes. It's crazy.
You're on people's radar now. Like, you say something that rhymes with Dahmer or anything, like you literally say like Bundy, but not Ted Bundy. You say Bundy from like Married with Children or whatever. Like, you're just like Bundy, and they're like, you're locked up. You're done.
I really want to talk about this new Dahmer show, but I'm like, I'm gonna get locked up if I say. So I try to say Palmer. You know what I mean?
Star it like with the asterisks or whatever.
I'm just gonna say Arnold Palmer. There we go, Arnold Palmer.
Oh, that's
and
a code word.
Yeah, you guys know that I'm talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, because if I say Dahmer, you guys, I'm right back in Facebook jail. And I have literally, I think, 4 more hours until I can be out again on live. So I'm excited about that. But like, yeah, like once they get you and they're like, got you, it's like you're just constantly locked up for stuff. So I'm trying to be good. And it's this crime cast. I haven't gotten in trouble until I'm like, oh, this is a cool Jeffrey Dahmer meme. And they're like locked up. And I'm like, I found it on Facebook.
I found it here.
I know. Yeah. I said to Heather the other day, I was like, I've had in my phone storage anywhere from like 10 to 20 amazing Jeffrey Dahmer memes in relation to Thanksgiving. I won't go into it. But I can't post any of them because she's like, Kirsten, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, all right, fine.
No.
Oh my God.
It's like motion.
Right. So yeah, so they're doing some time, these two.
Yeah, see, I deleted the wrong things off my notes, obviously.
You're fine. We're almost wrapping the show up soon. We got about a few minutes left. So I wanted to touch base on this. We're gonna, everybody does Dorothy Stratton, and we were gonna do Dorothy Stratton, but we're gonna run out of time, and everybody kind of knows the Dorothy Stratton story. But I wanted to share with you guys, like, I watched that The Secrets of the Playmates or whatever, or Playboy Mansion, and they gave it's crazy. You know what I mean? So they tell this story about the Soul Train guy. This is the documentary thing, you guys, that they have going on. So Secrets of Playboy. It's actually very interesting. So Don Cornelius, he was a frequent flyer, I would say, over at the Playboy Mansion. So this woman who was a playmate, like she's like a mother there for so many years. So she comes forward on this documentary and she talks about how there was these 2 new young playmates that, came to the mansion, and she kind of knew he was sketchy, the mother, but this is where I say that then jump in and say something. Don't let them go. So these are 2 very young girls that were very new. And he was like, you know what? I want you guys to come back to my mansion with me. And they're like, oh, okay. They didn't think nothing of it. He's going to pay them, I don't know, just to entertain or whatever. Well, they end up going back there and they're missing for like 3 days. Okay. And come to find out, one of them ends up escaping a little bit and like makes a phone call. So I guess to this documentary, you were never allowed to call the police. It was like very sad there that you can't call the police. You call the Playboy security. Mm-hmm. So she called the security and says, we have been trapped over here for, 3 days. And he was, sodomizing them, torturing them with instruments. I mean, it was very, very graphic. He kept them chained, bound. So they ended up going the security to the Playboy Mansion. And this is, like I said, from this lady's testimony that she gave about all of this, that this took place. And they said that, okay, they went and got these bunnies and they were a mess. Like, they were brutalized. It was awful. They took them back. They cleaned them up and they pushed it all under no cops were ever called. No charges were ever called. And that was that. And that's like the things that would happen here. Mm-hmm. And it was just horrifying stories. So if you guys check out this documentary, like I said, it's on, I think it's Peacock that this is on. It's interesting on what they say. And I know they waited till like Hef passed away to kind of like, hey, we're going to kind of, feel this out there. But it's like, there must have been reasons why no one was allowed to say anything. But the things that they covered up and just, it's terrifying. And them two girls, I mean, it was just like life changing for them to where they weren't even like, not even able to have kids. It was just really bad how bad they were brutalized over there at this guy's, and nothing happened to him. Of course, nothing happened to him.
I'm going to take it, let's say, big picture of things. That happens so much where it gets swept under the rug.
Yeah.
I personally know people in my family where, back in the day, 70s, 80s even.
Right.
Here's this rug, but we're going to quietly make sure you're okay. Like, I'm not saying that they're not important, but it happens. Like, we live amongst these monsters that we will never know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's just to be able to pinpoint them out. You can't.
Well, and I think now, like, I mean, it doesn't get any better. I think it just gets more notarized now where you can blast people on social media. You can kind of put people's pictures out there. There's still, I mean, I wanted to touch base on this because this has nothing to do with the Playboy bunnies, but like, I wanted to be like breaking news this week. And I'll kind of like end it, I guess, with this. And then you guys can your follows up. There was I think it was Georgia. There was a mother who received some call or something that, someone was there's this whole supposed scheme going on. I mean, there's a lot going on where this woman was killed and she was found with like just her debit card and like her ID. So it's like this whole weird thing happening. And she ended up transferring, like, she Venmo'd her daughter like a large amount of money and then sent her this crazy text message that said like, they're never going to let me go. I love you. And then they found her dead 24 hours later. Yeah. And then somebody came up. Yeah. This was just like this week. So I want to be like breaking news, everybody, because then I seen someone share that people are calling people and saying, I have your loved one held captive. Come with your debit card and your ID and you can get your loved one back. And someone's actually like pretending to scream and cry and da-da-da-da-da. And the woman was like, she didn't go. She was like, she ended up calling her sister, and her sister's like, no, I'm fine. Like, I don't know what that's all about.
That's exactly what you should do.
And then the woman that was found in Georgia was found with just her debit card and ID. So that's why they're kind of thinking, is this something that's happening? So like, as a warning, if you guys ever get some crazy call like that, just check with your loved ones, because we don't want to see anybody come up missing or anything bad happen to you guys. But, the world has a different way with technology to get to people. And I think we all have to be careful as we evolve that there's still going to be horrible crimes out there. It's just how they commit them. So it's easier to call you come to me, and now I kill you. You know what I mean? This is the era that we're at now. So that's,
or even just take your money at that point. Let's not even take it to the murder. Like, I have your loved one, and let's say they can get in there, hack in there, shut off their cell phone or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, like, it's just crazy. All the things that they can do now. So
be
scary.
very careful. And my end of this is I'm happy to be back talking true crime with everybody, and we will be back. And I think next month, I think we're going to touch back on another subject. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming, and be safe, everybody. And you guys say your goodbyes.
Okay, so can I tell what our next show is going to be about?
I was not gonna touch it. I was gonna let you do it.
I
was gonna take it from you.
I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I don't know if it's actually going to be 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. We'll post it within the next day or two. We
do a lot of research for the show, everybody, so it takes us a minute.
Yeah, that's true. And we plan to do this next show, the topic, like 2 weeks ago, and I already have written like 4 pages on this. So actually, guys, I don't need you next time. I'm just gonna.
I
have to say something on this topic. I gotta come in.
So, super controversial topic, Dr. Kevorkian. So we're gonna cover the very infamous doctor who ended so many lives for people who wanted it that way. But we're going to talk about the positives and negatives and ins and outs of Dr. Kevorkian on our next show. I already found out a lot of interesting facts that I did not know. So, but I'm not changing my opinion. So we're all going to come and.
How do we theme that one?
Let me send you my file, Kristen.
Yeah. How do we theme it?
How do we theme a Dr. Kevorkian show?
I mean,
70s
I don't even know
glasses.
what costume we would do for
That'd
that.
be glasses. Okay.
What?
Dress in the 70s.
Glasses.
And the glasses, it just the glasses is what sticks out to me, like the big plastic or metal frames.
I'm gonna come as Jeffrey Feiger.
Or just get a white lab coat, doctor.
Oh my God, someone should do I mean, I can just come with like a fake needle in my arm, but would that be too like insulting to come with like, just a needle in my at random times during the show? I'll just fall asleep.
Insulting? No.
It's
no.
fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's insulting.
We're not canceled yet, so I think we're okay. Like
we talk true crime.
right.
And we laugh about it.
But yeah.
See, people are excited about this show.
Yeah.
And everybody that's coming through Facebook user, all you guys have to do is just accept StreamYard into your life when you come on, and I will see your name. Otherwise, we will see it after the show, and I will reply. We will say hi. But this is how it comes up, unfortunately. But
yeah,
we'll see who you are in a minute.
but yeah. So next show, Dr. Kevorkian. We're very, very excited. Coming up in October, we're going to do sort of an anniversary show. It's going to come up on the 1 year of Chillin and Killin. We're going to have some fun stuff for you. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited. We're getting into that. I love it. The gray, rainy, cold days, which puts us all. I mean, I pretty much stared out the window my entire day at work today and said, I just want to go home and watch true crime. So, hi, Courtney. But anyway, yeah. So next show, Dr. Kevorkian. Maybe I'll get a T-shirt with a van on it. Who knows? But anyway, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll get a Kevorkian.
Maybe she'll go buy a van and come and pick up me and Heather, and then we'll just all record
drive
in the
around
van.
and
Our Kevorkian van.
Assisted suicide drinks. Like, I don't even know how we're gonna do this one to make it right.
What about
we're so
like the shooters out of the
okay.
Those are at the
See,
Walmarts
guys, we
right
can
now.
figure this out. We can
figure it out.
Yeah, they had. I remember. It'll be inappropriate. We got you guys. Anybody that's watching us knows what to expect. Like,
yeah,
I'm just not saying anything about Arnold Palmer. God, I can't even say that 5 times fast, can I? Like,
not even once.
But I'm going to watch the show. I'm excited to watch that show, and I know Kirsten is excited to get over to it and watch it. So everybody, check out that new Evan Peters, and you guys say what the show's called because I'm not saying it.
Don't be so dumb, Heather.
All right, guys.
You know what? I know, like we're a minute over, but I have to say this too. We're suddenly becoming like we're just going to give previews to things. So they're coming out with a show on Netflix about the Watcher House. Does anyone see this?
Oh, this story creeped me out. Like when I seen anybody who isn't familiar with this, it's a house where people kept getting these creepy notes. Am I right? Is that it?
Yes. So
so creepy.
We're going to do this like really quick. So families move into this house. It's in New Jersey. It's right by where my grandfather used to live. You drive past all the time. Beautiful house. Literally everything right about this house. That's gorgeous. Not cheap, like over $1 million. A family moves in and starts getting letters saying, I'm the watcher of this home. We've watched this home for generations. My grandfather, my father, myself, everything. The people get freaked out and find out that the previous owners and the owners before that and everything get letters from these people who call themselves the Watcher. And it's so tough because no crime actually has taken place. They keep going to the police and they send letters that say like, I love that you replaced the carpet in the back bedroom with green.
No.
Or I'm so sorry that your daughter skinned her knee last night in her bedroom.
So stalkerish letters.
Like but they can't figure out how this is like, they search the walls. Like, is someone getting into our home? What's going on? And it's called the Watcher House, and they continuously get these letters saying, we are watching
it's still
this
going on.
And it's like not direct threats, but like completely.
Oh, it's passive aggressive as hell. You know what I mean?
So,
I would move. I'd move if someone sent me a letter like, really like the way you wash your hair today. I'd be like, nope.
I feel like you wouldn't. I'm gonna. I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you would jump on our chat and be like, guys. All right, I need you here. Something's going on. I need some cameras. I need some duct tape. I need some vodka. Like, you'd be like, we got to figure out what's going on.
We're doing this show outside, and I'm just going to talk about it. So anyways, I got this weird motherfucker. Why didn't send me these letters?
No, you know what? Heather would be putting return letter in the mailbox. Like, I like new friends. What's going on? Like, Heather.
You sound like a creep like me. Like, I like to watch things. What are we watching today?
I like to watch things. Like,
did you see what Beth down the street was doing? Okay, true.
But anyway, so they didn't give an exact date of when it was coming out, but definitely looks awesome. And the woman in it is Stifler's mom. I don't know.
Oh, I love her. I love her. And so now the show, we're always going to give you guys things to watch and homework. So we're going to give you homework to do, and we'll talk about it. Because even though we theme a show, we're going to have a sidebar of like, did you watch what we told you guys to watch? And then we're going to talk about it.
Have a drink of the night, a movie review.
There we go.
A show suggestion, and something else. I don't know.
So next time we're going to talk about Kevorkian, but we're also going to review the movie, and we'll talk about that. The TV show. The TV show. Yeah, Fresh Meat.
Okay,
so we'll talk about. Sounds good. I'm gonna watch it this Saturday, so I'm gonna get down on it.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We love everybody that watches us, and we're gonna try to be more frequent, you guys. I know we've been, it was summer. So much stuff goes on. Things happen. We're here though.
There's been changes.
Yeah,
Kristen,
we're gonna try to
change. You had a change, Heather, and
yes, everything is moving, and we got a lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna try to do every 2 weeks eventually. Like we got a couple things going. I don't know if we could do every 2 weeks in October. We may start to get on it. I know the first of the year everybody will start to do every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's winter, and like no conventions going on. Things are calm. Like you're at home, you need something to do.
And we love true crime, and you guys love true crime with us.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this book. We'll have to do book reviews because I like to read at the age of 40 now. All of a sudden,
but we can also get like a recipe going, like
meat. Why wouldn't we do recipes on fresh meat?
Oh my god, we should.
Somebody take notes. We need an assistant.
Okay, so next time we're gonna talk Kevorkian, the movie, and we're gonna have a recipe along with a drink special. You guys, you do not want to miss out on next show. Okay,
so can I just say that our next show actually will be our 1-year anniversary on October 13th.
Let me confirm. Make sure we're good.
So Thursday, October 13th, it'll be longer than an hour. We're going to do Kevorkian, a recipe, a drink, a dance, everything.
We're going to talk about
Yeah, we're going to talk about
we don't know how we're going to theme it. We're just going to go wild. We're going to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
I'm going to finally maybe get Kirsten her package, and then she could do that. We could all do that. We'll figure it out. See, look at her. You guys will know when I finally send it to her. Okay. I'm just awful with the mail.
It's like somebody buying you like all the most awesome stuff in the world and just not sending it to you forever.
It's probably just
and I send her pictures of it. I'm like, look what I got you that I'll never mail.
I do that to Courtney all the time. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'll just save it. Every 6 months she gets like this big box of just funness.
Oh,
I'm like,
Kirsten
I'm really
wishes.
shit
I've
now.
held this shit for over a year.
Or you just fly out there. That's what I had to do to her one
I
time. I
know.
flew out there and was like, here's all your stuff.
I want to go out there because I want to.
It was almost cheaper.
sail
I'm not gonna
them
lie. It was almost cheaper to fly myself out there round trip ticket than it was to ship.
I have an idea. Could we start a GoFundMe page for you two to fly to Massachusetts to me?
Yes.
And
I'm just saying it's like $113 round trip.
Oh, then let's do it.
what?
If you go
right,
Thursday to Thursday or Sunday to
we're
Sunday
gonna-
or Thursday to Sunday, because I can't miss work that much work. Yeah, it's that's like when
Okay,
I flew out. It was
party
30
out in Salem, everybody. Meet us out there. We're gonna get it situated. A chillin' and killin'. We'll do a whole crime thing where just everybody talks about. I just love it. I love
Yep.
it. All right, guys. October 13th, we will be back with our super year special with everything. I'm ending this broadcast. So good night, everybody. I'm done. I want to get out of this outfit. Good night, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. Bye.